Hello and welcome back to the weekly Oracle card reading with Kylie Savage, Psychic Medium. And this reading goes from the 21st of September 2019 to the 27th September 2019. For our Southerners, I'll just mention that we have a new moon in Libra on the 29th of September, which is a Sunday, and also that I will be the guest medium at Campbelltown Spiritual Church. It's at the CWA Hall in King Street in Campbelltown. I'll be bringing along my Oracle cards and I'll do a mixture of psychic readings and mediumship. So if you would like to meet me in person, please know that that will be a great place to do it. Love to see you there. It starts at 5 o'clock, but I highly recommend getting there earlier to get a seat. Okay, so last week we had Yang in the anchor card position, and then we had a change in the wind, time for a nap, which I think was in protection and regeneration. So how did you go last week? I know that I was very mindful of not burning out, so when I felt like I needed to rest, I took a rest. And I've been finding these readings so helpful for myself. They really give me some balance and structure to the week, help me to understand the energies that are present. Remember, these readings are more prescriptive than predictive. Okay, so in the anchor card, we have 4 cards from Colette Baron-Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle, and the anchor card is Loyal Heart. And then the next right action to take, the second card, is Serendipity. You can see that there. And the third card, which is the future possible outcome, is Milk and Honey, but it's in protection. And then the fourth card, which tells us more of the story, is Orphaned, also in protection. And then I've pulled one card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron-Reid. Beautiful deck, which I've had for a long time and haven't pulled it out to read from in a while. Okay, we have the Hungry Ghosts, Obsessions, Scarcity, Consciousness, Attachment. Pardon me. And then from this beautiful Nature's Whispers Oracle cards by Angela Hartfield, and the gorgeous illustrations by Josephine Wall. We have Be Gentle With Yourself, card 33. Okay, so Loyal Heart. I'm going to read out the message from the guidebook because we've had this card come up a few times, so I'll just make sure we're covering all our bases. Okay, evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn fully commit to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you, no matter the outer circumstances in your life. Trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. I love that last phrase. I use that a lot. Okay, Loyal Heart. What I want to talk about is loyalty is a really, really important quality. And if you're someone like me and you grew up in a family where people behaved in a certain way, then you may have grown up with a messed up idea of loyalty. If you have been around people who, especially if you're as a young child, like if you've been around people who ask you to be loyal to them, or you feel a sense of loyalty and commitment to them, yet the behaviours they're displaying aren't healthy. Say they ask you to keep secrets. Say they behave one way in public and another way in private. Say that they aren't completely honest with you. They're hypocritical or supercritical, or you don't see them walking their talk. Then, you know, your ideas about loyalty can get really skewed. I didn't realise how big a deal loyalty was to me until I got into dream work, and I kept dreaming about dogs. And dogs, if you dream of dogs, it's about loyalty. It's about being your own best friend. It's about looking at the relationships around you and whether or not people are being loyal to you. The message I get with this card really for this week is to look at and examine your own understandings and ideas of loyalty, and to really do a deep dive and examine being loyal to yourself. Because, you know, with those other cards we were looking at, Yang and regeneration, we had the snake before that, We are shifting and growing and moving, and we've started this new project, new direction in our lives, new relationship, whatever it is, and we're shifting and growing and changing, and we need to stay the course. That's a really big message I'm getting with this card. Stay the course and be loyal to our dreams for our life. Be loyal to the things that we want to co-create and give birth to, because if we can't be loyal to them, that kind of sends a mixed message to the universe and says, hey, you know, maybe she's not really ready for this. Let's see, you know, where perhaps she's asking for something else. Let's give her that. So we need to stay the course. We need to be true to ourselves. We need to trust our intuition, trust our heart, trust in our desires and our dreams, and know that things are working out, because the next card we have is serendipity. The thing is, if you're not sure about loyalty and all these things, definitely take it into therapy, take it into your programs, whatever you're doing, and have a look at any of the ways that you may self-sabotage and betray yourself and your dreams, because it's really important to get this cleaned up now. We have these two cards at the bottom with protection and two cards at the top, you know, upright, and the two cards at the top are fantastic, and the two cards at the bottom are saying, hey, there's mixed messages, there's mixed energies, there's confusion here. We need to get this cleaned up so that we don't self-sabotage. We keep going on the path we're on, because it's a good path. Things are unfolding, things are going to get better and better, and we don't want to get derailed. Okay, because serendipity is, what I really like about this, you're getting the signs, you're receiving the signs that are saying you are on the right course. You know, Spirit's going to keep sending that to you. You might get open vessel communication, like birds show up, people show up. You might overhear conversations. You get feathers, you get pennies. You know, the universe is super chatty. It talks through oracle cards. It talks through all other signs and symbols. It's a symbolic language that we need to learn. So we engage in a conversation with the universe. We can do this with oracle cards. And we can do this in lots of ways. A great thing to do is keep a signs journal. I always encourage my students to do that. So, and then you can backtrack and go, okay, when I received the sign, what was I exactly thinking of? Perhaps I saw my loved one. If you see a loved one in your own mind's eye, they just pop into your head. That's them saying hello. And then think about, okay, what was I thinking about just before I saw them? Oh, I was thinking about going ahead with, you know, purchasing business cards or working with a coach, or, you know, whatever it was. So it's confirmation that, yes, that's a good thing to do. Angel numbers, they're fantastic. A friend and I, we always share back and forth the angel numbers. And the more you do that, take note of these signs, the more signs are going to appear. But as you said, we're receiving signs that we're on the right track. And the synchronicities, the serendipitous moments, you're meeting the right person at the right time in the right way. And all this is showing up for us. It's great confirmation. And the next right action to take is trust. Trust this stuff. Trust the signs. Trust the universe. Engage in the conversation. Keep it going. Because you are on the right track. And things are unfolding and things are working out for your highest good. Now, Milk and Honey and Protection is saying, okay, this is about feeling worthy and deserving of good stuff, of nourishment. We are like these innocent children taking that first milk. The universe wants to love us and support us and feed us and lead us to our greatest good. It wants us to be happy. Life wants to love you. We need to let it. That's the message of this card. When Milk and Honey is upright, it's like you're in the flow of all your good. So when it's in protection, it's just saying, look, just be careful, just be mindful. Is there anywhere where we're possibly setting ourselves up for self-sabotage because we feel like these things are too good to be true? We're waiting for the other shoe to drop. We just don't feel worthy and good enough to receive these changes in our life, which are for the best. People are coming into our lives and we feel we're going to let them down. There's, you know, or we've taken on a new job and now we don't feel cut out for it. Or we've fallen pregnant, we're panicking about being a mother or a father, you know. There's good in our lives and there's a deep and, you know, wounded part of us, a hurt part of us that doesn't trust the good to stay in our lives. It doesn't trust that we are worthy of all these good things. So really be mindful of that, because you are worthy. Spirit wants you to know just how worthy you are. We all are. Orphaned is same deal in protection. We're abandoning ourselves. There's a possibility that we'll freak out on ourselves, and that we will also abandon our project. Abandon our co-creations, our dream, our desires. We'll abandon someone in a relationship. They might be going through something really difficult and challenging, and we're not sure how to support them in it, so we just abandon them. And when we abandon others, we abandon ourselves too. Same deal. If you grew up in a family where there was lots of dysfunctional behaviour, perhaps you don't know how to be there for people because you've never really learnt how to be there for yourself. Other people haven't shown that they can be loyal, that they can be trustworthy. They haven't really stepped up and shown that they love you, they protect you, they guide you, they're there for you. And when people in our lives haven't done that for us, especially in our early childhood, we need to understand that we need to do this for ourselves. So don't abandon yourself. Be there for yourself. Nurture and love yourself. When those parts of your wounded ego, I do shadow work from Debbie Ford. When those parts of yourself start, getting more and more fearful and those voices get louder, I say, I have a doubting Debbie, a panicking Penny, fearful Freddie, when they start getting loud, I take it as a great sign. My life's changing and evolving and growing, and these parts of me are just getting loud because they just want to protect me. They think that if I stay small, I'll stay safe. So take it as a good sign, and if we're in a bit of a rocky road, isn't that good? Aren't we transforming? Aren't we moving? The past's not so smooth because we haven't been down it before. Maybe we're hacking our way through the jungle with a machete, and we just can't see what's in front of us. We're learning so much through this process, how to trust ourselves, how to be loyal to our vision, our goals, and our co-creations, how to be loyal to ourselves and what we really want out of life, how to be loyal to others, how to engage support, how to be in a partnership, and how to receive our good. It's not so much about when we learn about manifesting, it's not so much about learning how to ask and what to ask for everything. It's really so much more about receiving. Receiving really triggers all our messages and our true deep down beliefs about our worthiness. So Hungry Ghost, this is about addiction. This message I get today with these cards is really about addiction. So, and about, obsessions, being codependent with people, feeling like you can't do this on your own, and feeling like if you do engage support, there's some, people will let you down, so you'll have to take it all over. You'll have to control everything and be a martyr, and you could affect the relationships that you're having with people. And scarcity consciousness is poverty consciousness, thinking that you don't deserve things, that you'll always be poor and broke and your life will never get any better, yada yada. It's really scary stuff, but the thing is, it's better to be forewarned. Forewarned is forearmed. It's better to know and address these ghosts and placate them and do what you need to do to get them under control so that they don't sabotage your plans. Now, if you're in a program, we're all facing addiction, so many of us these days, but if you're in a 12-step program, or you're in therapy or some other program for recovery, it's time to up your meetings, dive into that sort of work and really examine, okay, underneath my addiction, what is the root cause of my problem? Because the drinking, the drugging, the gambling, the food, they're all just symptoms of spiritual malady. And I say the biggest symptom really of a spiritual malady, a spiritual disease, is not taking responsibility for ourselves. So take responsibility this week. Look at where you possibly will be seeing yourself up for self-sabotage, or you're trying to derail yourself, or where issues of self-worth and belonging and love are coming up. Have a lot of self-compassion for yourself as you go through and unpack this process, because it can be really painful. Things, you pull on one thread and it pulls on 5 others. Things are interconnected, interrelated, and you might find different consequences of your actions, which you didn't expect. But look, it's all worth it. You are worth taking the time it takes to understand you, to heal and recover from past traumas and pains and challenges, and to go forward and keep living a fantastic life. Don't let these things derail you. Get the help and support you need. None of us recover alone. We really do need support. We need it from the right people. Okay, so I love that we have this message here. Be gentle with yourself. That's a big message this week. Because as you said, as we go through this, we need to understand, you know, we're still learning so much stuff. I know for myself, you know, the direction I'm taking my business in, I need to take baby steps and be really kind to myself and, you know, be okay with failing and getting it wrong, be experimentative, be playful, and not give myself, you know, such a hard time. Not let, like for Hungry Ghost, one of my biggest ones is perfectionism. You know, and if I let perfectionism run the show, I'd never do anything. You wouldn't be receiving this reading right now because it wouldn't be perfect, so therefore I wouldn't even try. So be gentle with yourself. Love yourself through this week. Love yourself forward. Baby steps in the right direction, how we achieve our dreams. Okay, I want to tell you about Kylie's Oracle Club on Facebook, if I haven't told you already. It's going to launch on the 1st of October. So you need to get in now with your join request. There are 3 questions in the join request you need to answer, and you need to tick the box that you abide by the group's rules to join. It's a free club. You'll love the lessons I've already started. There'll be video lessons. I've already created some meditations for it. It's going to be interactive. We're going to do some Facebook Lives. It's going to be fantastic. It's growing fast, so as you said, I'll leave it until the 1st of October to launch officially, and that's when the first lesson will be up. You must be in before then. So if you're not sure, send me an email or send me a message, and I'd love to see you there. I'm going to show you how to read oracle cards for yourself and read them the way that I read them. Okay, many blessings on your week. I'd love for you to like, comment, subscribe. I will read all the comments, and I really appreciate you watching.